Hi everybody, this is Allison Hadley from Wonderland Mobile Massage in Raleigh, North Carolina. I am going to make the first part of a video of how to make your own infused, herbal infused oils. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about, I've done something to my neck and I'm not able to get into my massage therapist until Thursday. Today's Tuesday, so I have 2 days that are probably going to be like really uncomfortable and I might be in some pain. I love to try out different massage therapists and everything like that, but the reason I have to go to this specific massage therapist is because I had bought a package and it was like 2 massages for a discounted price, and I needed to use the second one and have to use the second one. I guess I could have gone somewhere else, but anyways, so it's going to be a few days before I can get in and hopefully feel better. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to talk a little bit about what you can do if you're in this situation where you're in pain or you're stiff or sore and you're not able to get in with your massage therapist as soon as you would like to. I'm not really sure what I did. I was sitting on the computer all day yesterday, so I'm sure that had something to do with it. I had a lot of paperwork and stuff that I had to catch up on. And I took a break during the middle of that and worked out a little bit, and as I was doing push-ups I could feel that something really wasn't right on the left side of my body, but I was just like pushing through it because I'm really horrible at push-ups and I lack a lot of upper body strength, especially on my left side. Everybody has a dominant side, the side that you write with, so my right side is a lot stronger than my left side, and I do usually try to do more reps on this side just to kind of get my left side to catch up to how the strength that my right side is. But anyways, it just, I could tell that something wasn't right, and just throughout the day it just started to get worse. It started to creep up my neck, and now I just kind of feel like I'm like Dr. Frankenstein. It's turning like I have lack of range of motion, and it's like when I got up this morning I was really sore and really stiff and in a lot of pain. If I just wanted to talk about like what you can do to make yourself feel a little bit better before your massage appointment. And the first thing I did this morning was take an Epsom salt bath. Epsom salt has the magnesium in it that's really good for relaxing muscles, and of course the heat is going to feel good on the muscles. I don't know if you could see, there is a little bit of redness here. That's only from the heat. My skin is really irritated by heat, so that's not from like the salt or anything like that. It's just my skin is really sensitive to heat. And then after I stayed in the bath about like 20-25 minutes, just to make sure I soaked up as much magnesium as I could. And then after getting out of the bath, I used this Tiger Balm. There's lots of over-the-counter products that you can use, like BioFreeze, or I think even CVS has their own brand of a pain relieving ointment. That's what this is technically called. And they also had a lot of arthritis creams too, which is going to have like glucosamine and stuff like that, whereas this is just mostly menthol, and it's cooling. It feels good, and it kind of, basically it's just kind of distracting. Like it feels cool, it feels nice, so you're getting this like cool sensation instead of that constant pain signal to the brain. So those are a few things that you can do, and honestly, compared to how I felt this morning, I was just like, oh my god, how am I gonna make it until Thursday? I'm just in so much pain and I can't move, I can't do anything. I was even kind of thinking, I'm slow today so I don't have any appointments, but I was like, if I had appointments I might consider canceling them because I just really am lacking movement in this whole left side of my body. So last night I tried one of these little patches that, again, you can get at the drugstore. I would only use this. I kind of didn't really like it because I felt like my heating pad was better, and since I was at home, I was like, I should have just used my heating pad. But it is nice to be able to just stick it on there and like go about your business, whatever it is you have to do throughout the day. So I mean, the salt bath like really like took my pain level down like by half. And the Tiger Balm is nice and cooling. I might try a little ice later if I feel like there's still too much heat going on, because my skin is still red. It's been like an hour since I took a bath, so there might be a little bit too much heat going on in there. So I might try some ice later. You only want to do 10 minutes of ice and 20 minutes of heat at a time. So that's a pretty good general rule. Also, I'm still gonna try to do some stretching. When you're stretching your neck, you want to, like, this is only as far as I can go. So you want to pull down on your head and create more of a stretch, and pull down on your shoulder, so that you're getting more of a stretch than what you're limited to do. I also might try to roll on some tennis balls. That's really good to just put it like right in the area where you are, and it'll just kind of roll around on it and just massage it in there. That's really helpful. But again, you just want to take it easy. Don't do too much and don't aggravate it. Know your limits. If something feels painful, don't sit there and say, oh, just tough it out. It'll feel better when it's done, because pain is a signal that it's signaling us to stop something. Your body's really good at taking care of itself and protecting the area. That's what the inflammation is for, to limit the movement. So yeah, those are some of the things that I do when I'm not able to get into my massage therapist as quickly as I would like to. But I also wanted to film the first part of making an infused oil. I've done that in the past before, but I've kind of broken it up into two pieces, so I wanted to film the first half and then film the second half in a few weeks when it's ready, and then put them together so that you can see the whole process of that. And so this month everything that I have growing outside is blooming and flourishing and really good, but it's just not ready to harvest yet. I probably won't harvest. I'm doing calendula, which I'm really excited about. It's one of my favorite plants to make an oil out of. And I've also got the catnip again, and rosemary. My lavender didn't come back this year. I might end up getting another lavender plant, just because the blend that I made last summer of catnip, lavender, and rosemary was just, I loved it. I loved it so much. So what I have right now is a store-bought dried herb. These are rose hips from Mountain Rose Herbs. It's one of my favorite places to get herb supplies from. And then I've also got my favorite Dr. Adorable fractionated coconut oil. And then I just have a jar and some funnels. I typically do like a 1-to-1 ratio when I'm making infused oils. It just comes out really nice. It's kind of lighter. If you wanted to have like a stronger, darker oil, you could use more of the herbs. But I just like the 1-to-1 ratio. That way you don't have to use as much plant material, but you still have like a lot of the oil left over. So I'm gonna do about actually I might only do a cup of this. Let me see how much it fills up the jar. And the rose hips smell so good. They're kind of sour, but very like florally. The hips of the rose is the fruit that comes after the flower, and they're just these are already ground up for me, which is really nice. So the oil won't have to work too hard to break down the material. I guess I'll do like 1.5 cups, just so that this jar is totally filled up. This is I usually use quart-size mason jars. This is a little less. I think it's 1 liter. It was a liquor bottle, so I think those usually come in liter. Okay, and then yeah, so that basically 1.5 cups basically fills up half of the jar. So then I'm just gonna top that off with oil. And I just pour it in and you can see it soaking in down at the bottom there. And I might want to like stir it up a little bit just to make sure that every part of the herb is saturated. I always end up using like these bamboo skewers that you get to make shish kebabs or grilled kebabs. They just I don't know, they've just been really useful for stirring and working with oils. So I'm going to top that off with some more oil. And once you're in there, it's kind of hard to see, to tell if you've really got like a 1-to-1 ratio or whatever. But the main thing is just to make sure that the oil completely covers all the plant material and then also above it, because if you have any of the plant material sticking up above the oil, you have a better chance of it molding or and just ruining your whole oil, and then you've like wasted all this oil and all this plant material. Alright, and then all I do is I just cover that up. And I'll put a label on there with today's date, which is the 20th. And in a few weeks, I will let it strain and I'll do a video for that. And I'll tell you all the good stuff about rose hips. It's got a lot of vitamin C in it. It's even higher in vitamin C than your citrus fruits, your oranges and your lemons and your limes. And it's really moisturizing. It's also got vitamin E, vitamin B, it's got carotene in it. It's antibacterial, antiviral, antimicrobial, antiseptic. It benefits the circulatory system, so massage is really good for helping circulation. So hopefully by making this rose hip oil, it will also increase circulation. And I just thought it just sounded like rose hip massage oil just sounded really great. Rose petals are really common in a lot of beauty products and everything like that, but I mean, why not the hips? They're just as wonderful. Let's see, what else is it? Oh, internally, rose hips nourishes the brain and helps with focus and concentration. It's very rich in bioflavonoids. But I'll tell you more about all that for the next video. I just wanted to get the first part filmed here. It's really quick and easy. It took a few minutes. And then you just let it sit. You want to keep it out of the sunlight in a dark, warm area. You don't want it to be too cold because the oil will start to solidify. So yeah, that's it. I just keep it on my counter here, and after I've dated it, and in a few weeks we'll be back for more. So hopefully you guys got some great information about how to self-care for when you can't get into your massage therapist as quickly as you'd like to. I do feel so much better than I did this morning. So I might take another bath tonight and put some more of this Tiger Balm on it. I might use my heating pad or roll around on some tennis balls, and hopefully that'll give me some relief. Yeah, so have a good day. Thanks for watching.